dia, boa tarde and boa noite, good day, good afternoon and good evening. Check out where we are today. We are flying out of Brisbane. You can see Brisbane there out of the window. And I have a treat for you today, and a treat for me because, I'm going overseas. Guess where we are going? Do you have any ideas? Of course you don't. I haven't given you any clues, right? So we are going to a place where a lot of Australians go to because it is affordable, it is beautiful, it is fairly close to Australia, and it is a place that you can relax and you can go sightseeing and you can experience a lot of different things. So if you haven't guessed yet, I will let you know. We are about to land in Bali. Yes, Bali, and I have never been here before. Of my 30-something years in Australia, I've never made the trip. I've had lots of friends that have gone to Bali. I've heard lots of stories. I've read lots of things, seen lots of photos and videos, but I myself have not been. And so my husband wanted to book a little honeymoon for us because we got married at the start of the year in Brazil. And he wanted to book a little honeymoon, something that for us too, we've never traveled before alone. So this is going to be our first time going overseas by ourselves. So it's a new experience for me and a new experience for you. And if you've listened to my vlogcast or podcast, whatever you want to call it, before, I've said it a couple of times that I'd love to record from different places of the world. And maybe I manifested that because here I am. All of the other podcasts that I've done before, vlogcasts, have all been in Australia. Well, actually, they've all been in Brisbane or the Gold Coast. So you'll probably be sick and tired of being in Brisbane or the Gold Coast. So this is really exciting for me to take you on this little journey. No, I did not record the audio for this trip during the trip because I wanted to do nothing but relax and enjoy my husband and the sights and the people and the food. So I actually did some videos here and there, and I've put them together with the audio once I got back home. I find it really important to be fully present when we are experiencing new adventures, and actually not just new adventures, even the mundane things of life which aren't so mundane, because if you're doing it, it means you're alive, and if you're alive, that's not mundane at all, right? So welcome to Bali. Here we are, landing. Ready? Yeah, that's it. We have landed in Bali. Let's go on an adventure. I'll show you a few bits and pieces of our little trip, and I will also share at the end of this video how much we paid. And the reason why I'm going to share this is because I myself was a single mum for many, many years, and I never thought I could do overseas holidays with my kids. I actually didn't even look into it because I thought everything was too expensive, one income, 2 children. But for those single parents out there, or those people that are, on one income, or things are a little bit difficult, I just want you to know that it is doable. There are packages out there that make it affordable if you save, right? If you prepare yourself and you start putting, $20 away here and there, you can make this happen. And when I share how much we paid per person at the end, you will understand how that is possible. Now, this is us, coming out of the airport after going through customs. Look, we did have to buy a visa. We didn't realize we needed a visa to go to Bali. It is something that is fairly new, we've been told. So as we landed, there was a place where you can buy a visa for $50 each, that is. And here we are looking for our driver. As you can see all these little signs, they're all drivers waiting to pick up their travellers to take them to their hotels. And here we are, we found our driver and we started our way. Now, I filmed this because I thought it was so beautiful. These young students that you can see in the red tops, They have just finished their school day, so they have 2 school sessions, one in the morning and they finish, I think, about lunchtime, and then the second session starts at around about lunch and goes to the late afternoon. And they're coming out and they're going to grab something to eat, something to drink. It is hot, so I like to see them, together in their groups. Here in Australia, we see our students in their uniforms, and I wanted to show you how the youth in Bali dress and hang out together. It's probably like that all around the world. There's all these different cultures, right, in different ways. This is our room. Look at this little towel animal that they've put together on our bed. So we stayed at the ECHOEZ Heritage Hotel across the road from the beach. So we had, a king bed, we had a little veranda that overlooked the ocean. It was a little bit loud, like at night, because obviously the people, in the bars and restaurants around, so you could hear some of that, but that didn't bother us at all. And it did subside over I can't remember what time the noise went down, but it is very central. Look at all those power lines. How on earth do they do work on that, right? But it is very central, walking distance to cafes, shops, restaurants, beach. So if you have young ones, perfect place to stay at. So this is our breakfast in the morning, which was included in our package. You have some music as you walk in, and then you have an abundance of food to choose from. You have your normal breads and croissants and things like that for the Westerners, which I did not touch. And we ate a lot of the traditional food. So the noodles, the vegetables, the stir fries. I'm vegetarian, so I didn't have any of the meats, but my husband, there was the fried chickens and the curries. And the soups and the omelettes. It was an omelette station, so it was really, really, really good. This is our little breakfast here. Some beautiful fruits, and this was we would eat enough pretty much that we wouldn't be hungry until dinner. And that was perfect for us, and overlooked the pool and the beach, and just a nice chilled out spot to have breakfast, and ample enough that if you have children, they can move around, and you're not sitting on top of each other. Sometimes little restaurants or little buffet breakfasts are quite confined, but as you can see, this is quite ample. A lot of lounges there, so when you go to the pool, you can relax, put up the umbrella. There is a pool bar at the ECHOEZ Heritage Hotel. As well as this bar. So there was the pool bar, this bar here, this is a bar and restaurant, and there's another one that I didn't film. So you've got the billiard tables, you've got this beautiful traditional, right? I love the roof. I love it. I love how it's all set out, and it's very Balinese style. So the menu here was quite ample, so there's a lot of things that you can choose from. And yes, for those little fussy eater children, you can get your chicken nuggets and your fries. I wouldn't recommend it. If I took small children, I would, get them to experience the food of the country. Because I think traveling is about that, teaching our children the different cultures, and we got to live that. We've got to let them experience that fully. Yes, it is something I did with my children whenever we'd go to different restaurants, even though we didn't travel overseas when they were little. If we went to a restaurant, I'd get them to at least try. It's really important, right? So beautiful pool. This is one of 2 pools at the hotel. As you can see, overlooks the beach. And then at night time in this area, there was some music. You can watch the sunset. Every night in Bali there is fireworks. I tell you what, every night. And we asked someone, like, what are they celebrating? They're like, no, that's just happens every night. So it's really lovely. It does feel, it's like you feel obviously you're on holiday, but for them it's just normal. Everyone was super friendly, super helpful. There is not one person that worked in this hotel that you didn't see smiling, saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how can I help you? Are you looking for something? It was just beautiful. These are just the little shops that you will find everywhere. You can buy anything, these little street markets, from handbags to towels to clothes to bikinis to shoes, thongs, bracelets, earrings, everything you can imagine. There's a lot of these everywhere. Yes, you can bargain, you can bring the price down, but it is very accessible. So if you forget your togs and your towel, that's the place to go. We came to this cafe every morning for our coffee. This was called the Arabica, I think it was, cafe. Beautiful coffee. Not once was there a miss in our coffee. It was always a hit. Coffee is great. They do some coffee roasting in here as well. So highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And then this is walking back to the hotel. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the beach strip. You can see on the right there's the little umbrellas and the little chairs. So, they're manned by someone. So they'll come up and say, do you want to take a seat? And you pay, a couple of dollars. And you sit down, and then you can order your drinks. You can order some food. Some of them have food, coconuts. You can do surfing. Just be prepared for the beach sellers, like people that sell things on the beach, to come up to you and try to sell things. Now, I wanted to show you this because I love their rituals. Every day you will see an offering at the front of a shop or something like that, and that young man was just preparing his offerings. And I didn't film too much because I wanted to be respectful, but I love that about this culture. This was a temple we went to. Just these beautiful little huts, and the work on the doors and the windows were just, the carvings were absolutely gorgeous. It was really, really, really beautiful. And there's a lot of temples in Bali. We didn't get to see too many. I think we went to 2 or 3. But the culture is beautiful. The history is beautiful. If you can imagine these being built and why, and the meditations that happen in these places, and the offerings and the gratitude. It's really something that resonates with me. This was a highlight for me. I wanted to see the monkeys no matter what, and I got to do it. They're cheeky little buggers, I tell you, but they were absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of little babies around, and as you can see with this little family, the little one there is trying to get in to get some milk, and, the mama is getting some little nitties out of the other little one's head, and they're just beautiful. Just hold on to your sunglasses and your phones. Take off any jewelry, because these guys will take your sunnies. As you can see here, this lady, she's a ranger, and she's trying to coax this monkey to give back the sunglasses that he's taken off someone. So she's giving him some food in the hope that he will release the glasses and to get the food, so she can grab the sunglasses and give it back to the person. But it was a hard one with this little guy, because he wouldn't have it. And we saw maybe 3 people lose their sunnies and reading glasses. So if you do go see these guys, don't carry food with you. Don't put your sunglasses on your head. Put your phones in your pocket. And if you are taking a photo, hold your phones tight. This is one of 2 beach clubs that we went to. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, with these guys, what you do on entry is you pay a fee, right? So I think this one started at $100. So you pay the $100, and they give you so we asked to sit almost like a hammock where there's a mattress. You'll see this on the left soon. When I get close to it, I'll show you. So on the left there, you can see there's a couple of cushions hanging off the side there, and a mattress. So we opted to sit there. So if you pay, let's say if you choose the $100 option, you consume $100 worth of drinks and food, right? So it's not just to sit there. So there are more expensive options. If you choose, there's the $300 one where you sit by the pool, the little cabanas down the bottom. Can't remember if I filmed it. And you consume that much. So it is a little bit of a treat. If you're on a budget, it might not be something that you want to go to, but it is available if you want to treat yourself, and it is really relaxing. It's beautiful. Look at that ceiling. Absolutely gorgeous. You get to relax. You get to go in the water, in the pool, into the ocean, and just chill out you can choose to be there for a full day or an afternoon. It's absolutely beautiful, and if you have a little bit of money left, spare, I would highly recommend it. This is another one. This was stunning, this guy. There was a beautiful waterfall where we walked to, Went in the water. It was so nice to feel the waterfall, pretty much the water, the splashes of the water, and just connecting to nature. And then we went up to the beach club, and again, the same concept. There is a different, fee. I can't remember how much this one started, if it was like $50, and then it went up all the way, I think, to $300 or $350, and again, you consume what you pay. So this was gorgeous. It was almost like a rainforest. It was like a tree house. The pool water was absolutely beautiful. It was an infinity pool. We sat there on our little cabana and ordered our food and drink, had some Prosecco, and just took in the view and just relax. So if you want to treat yourself, that's the place to do it. And this is called La Plancha. This is in Seminyak, and as you can see, some beautiful, colourful bean bags and umbrellas. It was a little bit cloudy that day, but this fills up, and you will see it in a minute, and people go there to watch the sunset. So you choose a little spot, you sit down, and then the staff come and bring you whatever you order, your drinks, your food. If you like shisha, you can smoke that. They sell cigars, coconuts, really family friendly. We did not travel with children, but it is very family friendly, so a lot of families there. As you can see, kids can run around. And the staff were amazing as well. Amazing, super helpful, super friendly, super nice. The bathrooms were clean. The champagne was cold. And then that stunning sunset. I mean, that's just priceless. Priceless, right? For me, that's everything. Nature at its finest. And this was our last night. We are there on table 20. This was a seafood restaurant by the water. We're just sitting in front of the ocean. I'm vegetarian, as I mentioned before, so I had like a beautiful fried rice and some vegetables, and Gilbert had some fresh fish, so he went inside, chose what he wanted, and then they prepared it for him. I think he had a crab, a whole fish, some prawns and some veggies, and we had a bottle of wine, and all up I think it was about $80, if I'm not mistaken. So, maybe at home in Australia you'd pay that much for a crab. So I highly recommend it. Watch the sunset as well, and you can see the little dragon there dancing in front of us. This beautiful group of young boys came up and said, "Can we do a dance for you?" And we're like, "Yep, go for it." And it was absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend it. And what I took out of this trip is just connection to people. And as you watch the sunset here at Seminyak at La Plancha, I want to remind you that no matter what you went through today, no matter what you experienced, where it was the highest of the highs or the lowest of the low, the sun will rise tomorrow. You will have a brand new day for a brand new chance. Remember to connect with people. Joy, love, abundance of health is what's important in life. We can have the most beautiful car and the most beautiful home, but if we don't have health, we don't have anything. So take care of your health so you can have these experiences of life. Value the small things, the sunset, the sunrise, time with your loved ones, with your family and friends, a dinner with your husband or your wife or your children. Say I love you. Ask someone how they are. Don't just look after yourself. Look after others also. Look around and see who needs you. Yeah, because we are all one family. We definitely are. And before I go, I want to dedicate this episode to Tara. You are loved. You are light. You are forever.